What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Look what finally came. I've been waiting for 8 weeks for this. I ordered this a while ago. EMP shield for my work truck, but they sent me out the home model by accident. And I did want the home model, I just wanted the car model first. So I felt guilty about sending it back, so I tried to, see if they could hook me up. And they did. I called them up and said, hey, you guys sent me the wrong one. Can you hook it up? And I got a human right away, no robots, and the lady was like, yeah, I'll knock $100 off. I'll send it right out. It's crazy. I mean, they have these in stock. It's not a stock issue. It's that they're selling them so fast they can't keep up. And for good reason. This is huge peace of mind, man, if you think about it. So I installed one of these on my sub panel in my basement. Now, everything in my house that's plugged into the wall socket is 100% protected from EMPs, solar flares, lightning strikes, whatever. Doesn't matter if an EMP goes off right over my house. All of my stuff in here that's plugged into the wall socket is protected. Anything else, I just throw in Faraday bags when I'm not using them. I mean, for the most part, you know what I mean? Like my laptop that I don't use much, I keep it in a Faraday bag. My tablet that I do use kind of somewhat regularly, it's sitting on my bed, unprotected right now. I don't obsess over it, you know what I mean? But it would be nice to know that most of my stuff is protected, and maybe only some of it would break if we ever got into that kind of scenario. And I was wondering if it was going to up my electric bill, because the home model takes 2 circuit breakers to power it up. So it takes 220. And I noticed this month that my electric bill actually went down. I don't know if it was me using less electricity, or if they dropped the rate, or I don't know what happened, but my bill was always $60 to $70 every single month, and it's been like that forever. Then I installed this thing and I noticed my bill dropped $10. It could be a coincidence, or I have no idea. But no, having this installed in my house did not run my electric bill up at all. Not at all. But I wanted the car model because, I moved out of the city for a reason. I used to live in the city and I hated it, man. I hated it. And I feel like, I moved out of there for a reason. I still work there because there's a lot of money there. But if there was ever a problem, that's where it's going to start. It's going to start in the city. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. It's going to start in the city. It always does. Things always seem to happen in crowded environments because there's more people and there's more possibilities for shit to go wrong. And it's a bigger target. So if there was ever a solar flare, EMP, or whatever, and I happened to be at work when it happened, I just want to increase my chances of being able to get home. That's it. Is this something that I think I'm going to definitely need? No. God, I pray to God, no. I hope not. But does this help me sleep at night? Oh, you bet your ass. So let's go put this in the work truck right now. Alright, so we're going to install this in a GMC Savannah 2500. The mobile toolbox on wheels. So I've already upgraded with like the most badass battery money can buy. It was well worth it, as I have a lot of LED lights inside the truck that tend to, chew through batteries. And I like to sit at work in the morning and, listen to the radio for like half hour, 45 minutes while I have coffee and not worry about the battery being sucked dead. But it looks like we've got some nice real estate right over here. So I peeled off the sticky stuff. I'm gonna try to stick that in there and hopefully get a couple of screws into it. Looks like you got plenty of length on wire. And a nice little fuse. Oh, and look at that. There's the main ground right there. Which I think that's, we're gonna pull that off and make sure it's really clean. Maybe hit it with a wire brush a little bit. Because that's the important part, is the ground. Because that's basically what this does, is takes all that excess energy and it just chucks it into the chassis or the ground of the truck. So it doesn't fry, all the important components. Alright, so there it is in all its glory. So if you look in the fitting side, this box comes with a fitting side so you can glue a pipe into it. But if you look down inside of there, it's all sealed off with some sort of sealant. So I don't think any water can get in there, but just in case, I angled the box downwards on an angle in case any water that does get in here will kind of just splash on that and drip down, is what I'm thinking. And then yeah, the main ground is right there, right next to it. I sanded the balls out of it, connected to the main ground. Then we have our positive, negative on our deep cycle battery here. I had to cut some of the protective insulation away from these little collars to get it to fit. And then I kept all of the excess wire just in case, because this thing can take like 40 EMPs, solar flares back to back to back, and it doesn't go bad, basically. So I'll be able to pull this out and put it in my next vehicle, and the next one, and the next one. That's the hopes, you know what I mean? But you can see the light is on. We are actively protected. I took the extra wire, coiled it up, and zip tied it onto this bar. And there's a little fuse that I just angled down, just in case any water gets in here. Obviously I don't want it to go into that little fuse container, so it'll just kind of and drip off. That is the hopes, but we are good to go. It's all installed. Wasn't too bad. Came with all the connectors and everything you need. Well, man, I feel good now. I can sleep easy tonight. My work vehicle and my house now is 100% protected against EMPs, solar flares, or lightning strikes. I mean, the cool part about the house one, especially the house model, is you don't need those big, surge protectors now on the floor underneath your desk or behind the TV. You don't need those because you basically built it into your sub panel. So now you can just put a streamlined, clean looking splitter. You don't need those big hunkin' surge protectors anymore. It's built in. Plus it does a lot more. And both of them were not bad to install. I mean, if you have any doubt in your mind about installing it into your house, I would hire an electrician, but even me with minimal electrical experience, I got it done. You know what I mean? I'm still here. I didn't die. But yeah, seriously, if you have any doubt in your mind about the house one, I would just hire an electrician. But the car model's not bad at all. It's only 12 volts. I think anyone can handle that. And it's one of those things, do I think I'll ever need it? Probably not. Probably not. But it's great peace of mind. It really is. It really helps you sleep at night. You know what I mean? To each their own. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. And that's fine. You know, it's the paranoid that survive at the end of the day. It is. It's the paranoid that survive. And honestly, I was trying to take this a step further. I am a prepper. I am. I admit it. You got me. You know what I mean? I was trying to get solar because I had a buddy call me up and he was like, dude, you gotta get solar, man. Like, they're gonna put a free roof on my house and they're gonna put all these solar panels, and it sounded so good, right? And I'm like, okay. So I reached out to a solar company and I'm like, dude, look, I'm not in it for just the cost savings and like converting one bill into another, because that's all you're doing. It's like, okay, I'm not paying the power company anymore, I'm paying you. And yeah, you might save some money. Yeah, you will. After it's all paid off, but then the stuff starts to degrade and then you have to update it, and it's like, I don't know. Are you actually saving anything? I don't know. It's really tough. It really depends on circumstances, how much sun you're getting, how much electricity you use. There's so many factors that go into it. And like, my town has their own power, our own power company, or yeah, we produce our own electricity in my town, so we don't pay that much for it to begin with. I think my electric bill last month was like $50. Guess who's calling me? Yeah, these people are relentless. How crazy is that? I'm talking about them and they call me. So I basically told these guys, I'm like, look, I'm more of a prepper kind of guy, and the main reason I want solar is because if the grid goes down, I want to be able to have power here. So beyond that, I don't care if you guys come and put panels on my house and you guys keep all the money and we don't pay anything for electricity. But when the grid goes down, I want power first. And then you can make your money after that. And he was like, dude, yeah, totally. Totally understand. Right? Just told me whatever I wanted to hear to get me on the line. And then, yeah, they conveniently wait until the last second, and then they have everything laid out on the table. And he's like, yeah, look, yeah, we can totally do that. You know, if the grid goes down, you'll have battery backup. But here's the thing. Do you have $50K extra on top of the 30-something K that's going to take to install this system? And I'm like, dude, if you had just said that from the beginning, I would have told you no. Like, why do you, like, you must have known from the beginning that it was going to be an extra $50,000. Don't you do this for a living? But instead, they wasted my time, you know, got me on the hook. Oh, look, but you could make $200 a month off of your tenants. And I was like, yeah, I can barely get them to pay the fucking rent. So you want me to put the electricity on my shoulders too? Right now, it's on the power grid, the power company's shoulders. If they don't pay it, it's on them. It's not on me. Yeah, I can make a couple extra $100 a month. Do I want to put more risk on my shoulders right now, especially when the economy's not good? And then I have these panels up on my roof that I'm responsible for. If some kid throws a rock up there and breaks it, now I owe you $12,000? No, I'm good. It's crazy, man. It's really hard to have all your bases covered, but I feel like if you can have some of them covered, yeah, it's better than having none of them covered. And these EMP shields, especially the house model, if you think about what it is, that you don't have to use those big surge protectors anymore in your house, because it does that. Plus, it protects, like if an EMP went off over your house, everything in your house that is plugged into the wall socket is protected. But if you unplug it from the wall socket, and an EMP goes off over your house, even if it's powered down, not plugged in, destroyed, as long as it's plugged into the wall, you're good. And yeah, I haven't noticed any increase in electricity bill. And obviously the one that we just put in the truck, the light is on. Is that going to kill my battery? I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure it out. I don't think so. Obviously, they sell them. I don't think it will kill the battery. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, guys, see you later.